I think we're going to go back and forth on dynamic 24/7, what that means and the impact of that on parking, on businesses, on, whether who has authority to decide that. But at the center of all of this, at the center of street layout and of how we build and when we build and who we build it for are the very real lives of a lot of people who we have the opportunity to make better, right? This is a street we're designing for the next 60 years. It's going to outlast almost all of us. And that's a responsibility we're making and a commitment that we're making to people who are going to come after us and take what we've built and carry it on and move it forward. The importance of these bus lanes, again, I've heard so much from, and guilty of this myself, from all of my colleagues on what the implication of this is, but I really believe that buses and 24/7 access to bus lanes in this reconstruction plan are the single largest tool for equity that we have. We know that because the majority of Metro Transit riders are people of color, 55%. That 64% of bus riders make less than $35,000 a year. That 83% of trips that are taken through Metro Transit happen to be outside of that 9 to 5 workday peak hour thing that we talk about very frequently, which frankly prioritizes white collar workers over working class people. That 1 in 3 Black households in the city of Minneapolis don't own a car. That 1 in 10 residents who have a disability rely on Metro Transit services as their primary way of getting from place to place. So when we build bus lanes, when we build our streets, it's not just about the data and the numbers and what we call it and what we don't. It's about non-recreational users and whether they're going to benefit. It's about undocumented families who this state and this country has punished for so long that they cannot access driver's licenses and risk deportation every time they may choose to get in a car. And so our transit system has to be built so that they can get from place to place too, just as much as anybody else can. That our buses are built for children who go to school and who go to our parks after school. It's for workers who start their shift at 3 o'clock in the morning or happen to work clopins like I used to for years. That means you close the 9 p.m. shift and go home, and then you got to be back by 5 o'clock in the morning. Our bus system has to work for those people too. That it's for parents who are riding from work to get to their child's daycare facility so they can pick them up on time. It's for patients who are going to hospitals. Just 2 days ago, we ran into somebody who was getting on the bus who was clearly in the middle of a medical emergency and said to the bus driver, "Hey, I don't have any money, but I need to go to the hospital right now. Can you help me?" And our bus drivers, who happen to be union members, ATU, always step up for our communities, and expanding that service day to day is critical for us building for the future that we need now, right? And again, when we're talking about a street that's not going to open for another 4 years from now. And when we start talking about, maybe it'll be another 2 years, another 4 years until we can get to 24/7, we're talking about 2030. That's unacceptable. Our undocumented communities, our children, our working class residents can't wait that long. And so with all of that being said, I'm excited to bring this staff direction forward, and I'm ready to take questions from my colleagues.